In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these pretty flowers using strips of scrapbook paper and border punches. So let's get started. You will need some border punches, glossy accents, glue dots, strips of scrapbook paper, one cut at 1 inch and one at 1 1/4 inch, some scissors, and some fancy brads or gems for the center of your flowers. Step 1. Begin by placing the strip of scrapbook paper into your border punch. I put a little guideline on my punches using a white permanent marker so I know where to place my paper so it will cut right at the end. And so we're going to punch this strip the entire length. Also, you may have noticed that I wrote 3 and 5 on my punch here. That's my little cheat sheet to let me know how many scallops I have to count, so I'll have a continuous border going across the whole strip. I'll show you how. You punch it the first time by placing it on this guideline, and then after the first punch, you're going to count 3 scallops, 1, 2, 3, and make sure they line up with your little guide here. And then you're going to punch it again. And now this time, and from now on, I'm going to count 5 scallops. I'm going to hold my finger at the last one I punched, and then you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure it's lined up and flush to the back, and then you're going to punch it again. And this way, that assures that you're going to have a continuous punch going all the way across. Sometimes you miss it if you don't keep track of it, but then you can always go back, and as long as you've kept it lined up to the guide, you can't go wrong. Step 2. Once you've punched the entire strip, you're going to take a pair of scissors and cut the end off at a diagonal. I'm working on the right side of the strip. And now you're ready to pleat. So what you do is you're going to fold towards your thumb, and it's not going to be exact, but you're going to just make little pleats, and you're going to try to go in a circle. So you continue to fold, and I hope you can see this. The lighting isn't really good here today. And you're just going to keep folding. It's not an exact science, and it doesn't have to be totally even at each pleat. You're just trying to make a circle. And what you're doing is you're folding at the bottom and bringing it towards the center. It takes a little practice because it's kind of there's a little bit of coordination involved. Okay, so now, once you've come completely around, what you're going to do is snip it again at a diagonal. And you see I have like about 3 or 4 inches left over. I like to work with a long strip because you never know how it's going to end up. Okay, and then I need to trim it again. You want to make it so that you don't really, you can hide the seam. And then you're going to take some glossy accents and glue right here. Okay, so I have my glossy accents, and I'm going to put some right on the bottom layer. Like so, and I'm matching up this little hole right here, and I'm just going to hold it until it sets, and I'm going to put that aside, and that's going to be my inside layer. Now I'm going to work on my outside layer, and it's the same thing. You cut it at a diagonal, pinch the bottom with your thumb and forefinger, and then you're going to take your left hand and fold the bottom and pinch it like that. And then you're just going to continue until you make a circle. And it's best to start, you can make these with cardstock, but it's best to start, once you're learning how to do it, to use like a softer paper. Step 3. Now that you have both layers of your flowers, you're going to glue them together. I put some glue dots on the back of this top layer here, and this is where you can kind of fudge it. If they didn't come out exactly round, you can kind of pinch it together as you glue it down. Step 4. Now you're going to add a center to your flower. I'm going to use this stitch brad, and I put some glue dots on the back of the brad too, just to give it a little extra hold. And then I attach it to the back, and there you go. Now you're ready to put it on your scrapbook page or a card. For those of you who don't have any border punches, I do have a little secret. You can do the same technique with these basic gray ribbon doilies, and this is how they come out, as you see on my scrapbook layout. So I hope you'll give it a try, and I want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.